Hello everybody, it's Jeebus Crust. Welcome back to the channel. So glad to have you guys here. Thank you to everyone who liked and left some comments for the last video. I really appreciate that. And that actually kind of motivated me to make another Brawl Stars video instead of waiting multiple months to make one. So basically I wanted to talk about the new update coming out. All those ideas I had for a tier list video, just going to throw them out the drain because by the time I make one, they're going to have another 6 Brawlers come out. But the new season is out. The new Brawler is here. I've actually got to play with him a little bit, though I don't have any gameplay clips because I only have him at very low trophies, so I'm just facing bots, so it's not very entertaining with him. But yeah, the new season is out, so without a further ado, let's discuss some pros, some cons, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. But yeah, let's go right ahead and talk about some of these pros. So the first thing that I really like that they did was Masteries. Finally, in Brawl Stars, you can finally kind of dedicate yourself to one brawler and get rewards for them. Masteries is nice. It gives you a lot of coins, and down the way it gives you a lot of power points too if you keep at it. It is tougher after that first rank because you only need 300 for the first, and then to get to the second Mastery rank, you need 800 total points, so it definitely increases over time, but just by playing the game over and over again, doing your challenges, playing it, at least you know that you're slowly making progress towards something and you're not just playing for random. So you could still be playing all your coins and all your tokens, or everything could be empty. You don't have any club tickets, no more club quests, but at least you have something else to progress while playing. And that's what I like about Masteries, is at least it gives you a reason to keep playing, even if you didn't have any challenges or anything like that. Now obviously they do apparently stop giving you Masteries, I think, if you play an unhealthy amount of Brawl Stars. So I play a lot of Brawl Stars and I haven't had any sort of limits or caps yet, but at the same time, I guess if you really go into it and play non-stop, that's what'll happen. But again, that first pro, the Masteries, kind of leads to the second pro, which is just more coins overall. And thank goodness, right? Because now, with having to unlock gears and gadgets and star powers with coins, it was getting a bit difficult trying to rack them up with just the Brawl Pass alone and the typical challenge here and there. This is a lot nicer because now you actually have a lot more control over how much you can get. You don't have to wait for the end of the Club League week to debate whether or not you want to spend your club tokens on coins or credits or whatever you can spend it on. So just having more coins in general is always nice, and what I recommend is you just stack at least a few thousand just in case, because what I find is that in Brawl Stars I typically play the same 4 or 5 brawlers, and so those people right away have to become level 11. But I save a good solid 4,000 or 5,000 because you never know, right? Maybe a brawler I really like, or a new brawler gets a new star power that's insane. Maybe a gear gets reworked and it becomes like insanely overpowered. So you always want to be careful. You don't want to over dedicate to just a few brawlers. You always want to leave just a little bit extra, because you never know. In the next update, Sprout could become the next best thing since sliced bread. I mean, he already is, but still. But speaking of brawlers, actually, and overpowered, I actually like to mention RT, the newest brawler. So like I said, I got to play with him a little bit. I just started getting into matches where you actually play against other people, so I'm beginning to kind of see how he plays. Like I said, I don't have any gameplay right now. In fact, the gameplay right now, real quick, just a quick aside, shout out to the J1ST Club. If you're in this video, this is a shout out to you. God bless you. I hope you're doing all right. And yeah, let's get dubs, baby. But anyways, RT. Yeah, he's fine. I don't necessarily think he's super creative. To me, he kind of feels like a mix of like Belle, Jackie, and really any other mid-range brawler who shoots one shot. like, I wouldn't necessarily say he's the most creative brawler, but what I do like and what I can appreciate and what I do think is a pro for this update is that RT isn't obnoxiously overpowered. I think for the last 5 or 6 Brawl Pass seasons, we've been having the Chromatic Brawler come out, and they're just disgusting. I can't remember a Chromatic Brawler coming out and being okay since, like, maybe when Ash first came out, and then they buffed Ash, and now Ash is disgusting. So, Chromatic Brawlers, I get it. They're insane. But it's nice to have one that isn't at least stupidly overpowered. I think some things you could do with RT that could maybe give him a little more of an edge but not buff him or overpower him would to actually be allow his super form to go over the water. I know that may seem a little controversial. People might not like that because when Eve was able to do that, that already caused some issues, and I get that for sure. It's just that my thought process is like RT is already pretty easy to kill when he's already separated. You just have to find the body and take it out. And if you're a good thrower or if you can just find him, it's no problem at all. So I think just being able to give him just a little bit more of an edge in certain combat situations. I'm not saying you have to buff his damage because that's when more problems will arise because then he'll be killing brawlers too fast. If you are going to buff his damage, it should just be a very minimal buff. But I think if anything, there should be things to balance more so how his mechanics work. Marking enemies is fine so they can do more damage. Popping off into a super mode that's more like a short range, kind of like Bonnie, that's fine too. Like I said, it's not the most creative thing, but it does work, and at least it's not overpowered. So I think flying over the water, I think that would be a nice little change for RT, but maybe not. Maybe it won't work at all. Maybe he'll be too overpowered then. Another pro, and then we'll go to some of these cons maybe, is that there seems to be more game modes now. Although I am not a fan of Basket Brawl and Duels, having the option there is nice for players who do like that mode, and it is a nice step forward for Supercell to be able to add more game modes instead of just Gem Grab, Showdown, Brawl Ball, and, well, those ones are the constant ones, so now we kind of have a little more variety, we have more options to choose from, and you don't have to wait like 24 hours to get a certain game mode that you want all the time now. So yeah, those are the big pros. Just a couple of cons, but nothing really big. I'm not here to go like, oh, this is it, Supercell, you suck, Brawl Stars, this is terrible. No, I think just a few things as someone who really likes playing Brawl Stars, has been playing this game for years, just a couple things that I think maybe other people might want to see, maybe not. Just adjustments for Club League. I really like to see possibly clubs being able to get to 50 people, because if you have to get 24 to participate, it's tough to get 24 out of 30 every other week, and I talked about this a lot in my last video, so I won't go too into it, but again, just echoing my concerns, or just echoing something I'd like to see, and maybe you guys agree with that. Power points, so that's another thing I'd like to see more too. Coins, we are getting a lot more coins because of Masteries, the first rank gives you a lot of coins. I would like to maybe possibly have more opportunities to get more power points. I'm not saying you have to make the Masteries easier to get, I'm not saying you have to give more power points, but maybe, I notice a lot, the Supercell likes to do those challenges where they hand out credits, or like they just did for St. Patrick's Day, 50 gold per win. If they could do something like that for power points, and it doesn't even have to be a lot, like even if it was just like a little challenge that gave me 50 power points, even 50, anything helps, you know, anything helps for my fellow free-to-play players. But other than that, you know, it's fine. I am kind of concerned about another season with 2 brawlers coming out, because now we're reaching, I think, 66 brawlers. That is a lot to deal with, and Willow, the new brawler coming out, kind of just feels more like Barley. In fact, I think someone who commented on my last video actually mentioned that she's basically Barley, but to be honest, she's better, because Barley, you have to stay in his attack to get continuous damage. It seems like with Willow's attack, as long as it just dots you just once, that's it, you're gonna be poisoned. Now, I don't know if the damage is different, maybe Barley does more damage, we have to see when Willow comes out, and she's probably being adjusted right now as we speak, so being able to tell what she can do is going to be difficult. But from what I see from her ability, she seems very much like Barley, and a much more tougher one. And Supercell, I understand you want to release a lot of brawlers, and you want to have new brawlers coming out, keep the game fresh and exciting, and that's fine. But I think one brawler a season every now and then isn't really bad, because if we can focus more on quality of life concerns, gameplay concerns, club league concerns, if we can deal with more stuff that does that, you won't have you won't have the need, rather, to make more brawlers in order to entice people to come back. Because it's like, oh, look, a new brawler. Well, maybe instead of enticing people with a new brawler, we could entice them with a new game mode, upgrades to map maker, upgrades to the clubs, really anything. But at the same time, people like a new brawler, so it's really it's really a whatever situation. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I do hope that maybe Supercell can maybe kind of slow down with having a lot of brawlers, maybe just keeping it to one per season if that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, you know. Overall, I am very satisfied with the new update. I think it's a step in the right direction, but you gotta be careful though when you say stuff like that, because for example, a Madden game comes out and it's the same exact game as last year. Oh, it's a step in the right direction. Well, okay, just because they added a couple things. Or, you know, sometimes a video game sequel comes out and it's the same exact thing, and it's just, people say, oh, well, it's a step in the right direction. Well, a step in the right direction is good, but then there has to be that point where you cross over that threshold of making a step and then making a leap so that you can really see some improvements. But anyways, I'll just keep it at that. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate any and all feedback. Let me know if there's anything I said that you maybe disagree with. I'd love to talk about it. Love to hear your opinions as well. For the J1ST Club, love you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to some members, Matt, Kaboom, Alfredo, JPH, Dadster, RedBaron, C-Dub, JJ. I'm trying to think. If I forgot you, like I said, I promise I'll try my best to get you in the next video. And if you want to be in one of my videos, just invite me if you see me online, and we'll have a good time. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Take care, and God bless.